The Six Sources of Influence by Joshua Phillips. What are the six sources of influence? The six sources are initially broken down into two categories. First is what Grenny, Maxfield, and Schimberg refer to as the backbone. This consists of motivation, that is, the motivation to do, and ability, that is, the ability to do. The backbone is then broken down into three more specific categories: personal, social, and structural. Each category is cross-referenced with the backbone categories to create what is known as the six sources of influence. Personal motivation is source number one, or linking mission and values. The key is to help people see the broad implications of their actions and choices. Well, you might ask yourself, what does this mean? In the article, the author discussed staff members at a hospital seeing and hearing from their patients who recovered. In the military, one may consider the sacrifices he made to save lives. In a business, one may see their product helping others. The key is ownership. People needed more than motivation to speak up. Miller realized people also needed the ability to step up to crucial conversations. In the heat of the moment, speaking up about emotionally risky issues requires as much skill as motivation. How does one obtain this? He or she can obtain this by over-investing in skill building, which is source number two. Linked with motivation, if an individual knows what they are talking about, they will contribute more to the conversation. What is social motivation? Source 3 says to harness peer pressure. Do we do things to earn praise from a friend or coworkers? Are we less likely to speak up if we feel isolated? What if we took those more vocal leaders in our community and taught them to train our silent majority? Would this lead to success? What if we knew that the more we contributed as a group, the more successful everyone would be? Would we even bother to try? This can lead to social ability. Source number 4 is creating social support. They became enablers of change. How do we do this? Positive feedback from supporters allows for change. Instead of being a distractor, one can help another by singing praise. As Dale Carnegie put it, praise the slightest and every improvement. Be lavish in your praise. If you think about it, what is the alternative? Being spiteful and adverse will not create relationships, but only burn bridges. Source 5 says align rewards and ensure accountability. Without accountability, people will do what they feel like doing, and businesses and organizations will cease to function. At times, there needs to be an iron fist. For employers, at times, this requires difficult decisions. Do we hire or fire? Do we slow production to get better product, or do we expedite production and furnish a less desirable product? Source number 6, changing the environment, is a way to develop. This will help by allowing employees to see progress being made. If the Marine, FedEx employee, grocery store clerk, or politician pushing for change realizes that they have an impact on the freedom, organization, or government, they will develop more ownership of that group and have the motivation and desire to contribute. Some basic advice about individual development comes from Dale Carnegie and Stephen Covey. In a nutshell, Carnegie says we should attempt to develop relationships with others in order to be successful, while Covey argues his 7 habits of personal success can contribute. In the end, Grenny, Maxfield, and Schimberg all agree that having only one of the 6 will not lead to success, but a solid grasp of several of them will most likely produce change in a way one desires.